Let's go.
The people never happy. It's never enough.
Never happy.
I cannot believe you do, Ellen.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
No, that's easy baby mode.
Vassals, slaves were dressed in pretty
I
occasion.
think. Broadcasters recommend.
Okay.
We're only getting started.
Let's go.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
You gonna look up the soundtrack? It's great.
Yes.
Oh, I broke it.
Music. Oh, politics.
Yeah, you ready for politics, Jakey?
Censor it all.
Ready for some propaganda?
Turn right.
Oh, it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. Wait, you've turned the trip switch back off. There's no power. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh. Right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Which one you want?
Crazy. Do the crazy now.
Right. Oh. What other ones?
I don't. The weekly, the yellow.
My Salad Weekly, exercise with ham sleeves.
Yes.
Okay.
When you get the signal, select screen one with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Corn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me come out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going 5, 4.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the national.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Meghan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic victory.
Right. Button
That's all
2
coming up on
in
tonight.
3,
National
2,
Nightly News.
1. Lovely, mate. Next thing is the throwback to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
National Nightly News.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. Use that slider that's flashing or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting down to the advert.
Jesus Christ.
When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody.
Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your
Now I
burgeoning
think, what
friendship.
if you don't run yet? Ooh.
Then they just get to see behind the scenes.
Wicked. We've made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
Is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom.
Get back to who's talking.
But honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed.
Remember the 10-second rule.
That's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding. Doesn't it? Giving. Suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the
I'm
break.
already doing it.
Which opens next week
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Cool, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
You think I don't know that?
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
No, Lance, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Drama.
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time, push upwards.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
Drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
No, it's not.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
We can stop it all.
Yes.
Bloody perfect, mate.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in. Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm, and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
Loosely.
As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good.
And I
You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
That's right. Absolutely.
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Seriously?
Padworth. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people,
Nice.
you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a Grundy's fanny.
Memorably put.
You only got a bit of
Let's be
word.
honest, who can blame Peter for
Let's be honest,
celebrating? Who can blame
Too long on
Peter
this,
for
mate.
celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of, probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax
Audience is
laws.
getting
So
bored, mate.
all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to
Hold
hide.
it down for the whole
And earlier
word.
today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
Ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Nailed it.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Right, looks like you've got it, now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
You are.
This is some weird fever
Don't
dream.
worry,
Am I
ladies.
dying?
Now you can have me, Johnny
You're so
Hamsley,
lucky.
right there in your lap.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
I'm not going for a drink.
No, got to do.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
I'll
We'll
take
go
you through a proper match.
watch the whole ad.
My two cracking assistants. Who knows? Within a few weeks, you could be as fit as
No.
them.
Cat jam. Exercise, come on.
Did you know that fat people are less likely to laugh, marry, or live past the age of 26? These potentially true statistics are all terrifying reasons why you need to pop a bit of Johnny in your VHS slot. Every
Physical.
exercise is recommended by sports professionals and is 72% likely to get rid of those tricky tummies and cruel cellulite.
Get match fit.
With Johnny Hamsley.
When the programme's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each sequence and an overall grade. Remember, grades mean bonuses and they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page. Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid and how much wealth you have overall. And the bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares, you're a cleaner for God's sake, so why would you care? This is the last page and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Love.
Alright mate, welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's national nightly news. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7 o'clock, it's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as a team of nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from East Grinching. That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length sock and its importance during the Great Blackouts of 1871. Not one to miss. At 9 p.m, sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom of Being Colin, taking us all the way up to 11:15, where, as usual, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be grilling his guests in Incisors, and tonight sees a return for leading economist Katie Brightman. Finally, at midnight, it's the National Weather Report, before we say good night until tomorrow. But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the National Nightly News.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. In Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of...
Yeah, I don't want to watch the whole broadcast again.
Click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes route. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
I want to see what the newsroom was saying during the interview.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
Oh, but this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
Oh, no. I think they think he won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. He's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin, bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome.
I wanted to see this one. I don't know if there's anything in it though.
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's on liability at the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance headquarters where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address. Have I nearly hit the source this morning?
Use every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a granny's fanny.
Okay, back to the thing. You want to see the adverts? The fucking couches that you picked.
Welcome to Crazy Neil's Crazy Pre-Christmas Sofa and Chair Deals. It's a steal with Crazy Neil. We don't care if you've been naughty or nice. We got green sofas, red sofas, brown cushions, pink cushions. You've got a grey sofa. We've got a great sofa. In a grey, a brown, a pink, a yellow, a purple. Neil's deals are unreal. You've got people coming over at Christmas. You've got an aunt. She's going to leave a stain on the sofa. You don't want her sitting on this white sofa. She's going to have to sit on the dark sofa. This is a deal with Neil Appeal. You want to throw your money at us. We'll get...
Uh-huh. I'll come back to the game. I don't know if I should have the fucking broadcast that the viewers are seeing, or the live one. Which one should be louder? I don't know. Any idea?
No censor. Let everyone see the true things.
Just give them the most uncensored shit? Okay.
Trigger everyone.
You arrive home and find posts on the mat. Most be nothing but unusual junk mail. New advanced government. I got a 14-year-old and a 19-year-old and a wife. Or husband. That's interesting. They use unisex names for both the characters. So that's pretty great. Could be wife and wife, husband and husband. Yeah. That was... On starting a new job, you would be currently introduced here.
Must be supported.
actually talking. You actually talking. Great.
Trying.
Good job.
Extra cover. Yes.
Huh?
Cover. No sleeping on the couch tonight, right? Yes.
What?
No sleeping on the couch. Being supportive.
Should I do what the government wants me to do? Be obedient? Or no? Fuck the government? Yeah, fuck the government. Let's go. I'm gonna be the worst. You crunch.
Oh, you can hear me crunch.
Uh-huh.
It's cough drop.
Love.
I got them. Oh no, some family stuff.
Uh-huh.
I kinda like the picture she used. Chris, I missed that flower crown. It broken, so I had to throw it away. Good night.
Hey.
Saying good night to Dad.
Did you catch any of that story?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened? Give me a recap.
You have kids.
Wow. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, what happened is the sibling-in-law came to the house in the night and wanted to take my passport so I can leave the country because his fucking communist shit that'll make him go broke. He's partying. Best phone guy.
That's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, eh? So I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Illuminati.
Confirm?
That was the Illuminati advertisement.
Yes.
Should we play this? Is this toy Mr. Snugglehugs? Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
And then you want...
Do Crazy Neil again.
Crazy Neil again? Really?
Yeah, yes, my favorite one.
We're gonna make him rule the world? Make him the most popular brand?
Yes.
You don't want to see the other ones?
No, let him be God rule the world.
Okay, Crazy Neil it is.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the Vision Mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So, like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody!
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
It's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National
Good
Night
evening,
News.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guests if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington Smith have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington's appointment is a risk for the giant mega corporation. Sophia, as our regular viewers will be aware, has always been a wild child and has been romantically linked to several movie stars and sports personalities. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash, intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. And judging from the angle and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much dry cleaner. I certainly wouldn't want to be. And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night, could this be exactly the right time for Advance's new approach? All that, a mega move for the group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. Like of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is Right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
They keep taking his book away.
Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people.
The viewers don't like bollocks.
Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiarts. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
Why bother strengthening your body
How much are you being paid by
when
them
you
then?
can
Shut the
strengthen
fuck up, Alan.
your
I've never heard
face?
so much shit in my
We
life.
believe your skin deserves
Well, we'll
the
see who's
best.
full of shit,
So the
won't we?
new formula
Alan,
actively
I can
removes
explain it
harsh
to you,
chemicals
but
from your
unfortunately,
skin.
I can't
The high
understand
salt
it
content
for you.
actually pulls the dihydrogen monoxide
Well, I don't know
right
what's
from
meant
your
by that.
pores to give you the crisp, brittle skin you've come to expect.
Oh my god.
Absolutely fucking fine, I tell you. How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune.
They got skin cream that makes your skin dry. Lovely.
10 seconds, everybody.
Judica Sean, because we said so.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problems. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. Oh, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. A man with a very different perspective.
I would have expected this from your sister, but not from you.
When are you going to realise I'm not her?
Fuck the ratings.
Trust me, between the drinking and the arse, I'm very aware.
Generally enjoying their neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife.
Oh fuck.
So you feel the streets simply
it's
aren't
fine.
safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that...
What the fuck?
Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimps escaped. Delia? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You go back in your gimme space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty, naughty, naughty boy. Mummy said...
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said, get back in your gimme space. No! Naughty
You beast cub!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-,
Oh no, they're loving this.
No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there.
Not
Relocking
not
down the
TV
police's
viewers.
position on morality force.
No.
And finally tonight...
Oh.
I spoke to Mallory at the Bridge Club.
Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary and menacing a SWAT. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony. Many happy
Cheers,
returns,
Jez.
Tony.
Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Soapin!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
Yep.
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. Just got to sit up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to...
I got a clown and a stripper.
Who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks Tony got Mr. Fancy, oh. Tony got Mr. Fancy. Not now, someone on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
Little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, let's believe that.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, you were literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought.
Fucking viewers got no taste.
Issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody. That went well.
Piss off.
I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the Vision Mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip: when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed.
I missed all that about the music one.
That's right, little one. You don't want to be left out.
I was watching the commercial.
Oh, Mr. Snuggle.
I want
You're
it.
so silly.
Portraits look fabulous.
Mr. Snugglehugs in stores now, selling out fast.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one.
Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
How? How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist! Going somewhere, little first year? Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah. But I can't fight all three of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the music. There's a number.
Hey, listen up, I won't
God.
take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your crew laps. I'm a mother loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist. But that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum if for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman?
Go.
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
The fuck is this
Pretty
game?
hard on a council estate. Life's pretty 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 hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes! Oh, oh, oh.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Dalton. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about
Oh,
an adequate...
Crazy Neil's selling Christmas trees now.
Oh, yes.
Spectacular Christmas cactus. You know what it's like? You've run out of things to dress up and you want your house to look like a Christmas bomb has hit it, then we've got the ornaments for you. You want something like vases or vases or another cactus to go with your first cactus or this, a crazy Christmas frog or a toad, woodpeckers, a cool pineapple, a duck. Christmas elephant. We've got all the seasonal animals. Crazy Neil's crazy deals. This is a clear out of the storage locker that second Mrs. Neil abandoned, like she abandoned her children. It's a rainbow of crazy fun. Don't be a prick and get yourself quick. Grab yourself a crazy deal with Neil Appeal.
Love them.
I did terrible. Broke ass porn. Game broken.
It's okay, I can't jam it. Oh.
Huh?
Whoa. That's a lot of days. 42.
Jesus, so much reading.
Oh no, soup sounds good.
Go make some soup.
I gotta get up. Too nice and warm in this blanket.
should I do? You even know what's happening? What?
Say you're sorry.
That is neither of the options. Oh yeah, that.
No.
Oh yes, right.
You pay attention.
You know what I'm saying sorry for? Okay, if you say so.
Don't do it, sure. Just
We're gonna be broken homeless.
Kids. Heard of Gaia Online. I feel like
I have.
I've dressed up my little character like anime, like
I never really did much Gaia. I did do the free character creator thing though, since that's more fun than actual Gaia. Yeah. Do I go to work or do I go camping?
go to work.
Okay.
You need money.
Son join the advanced go-getters.
Yeah.
Sounds like some government cult shit. Because it's the advanced government, so you gonna be a Fed?
So no.
I'm gonna say no. Don't be a Fed. But now he's just gonna rebel and gonna become a Fed even harder. god. Government going full communist. Lovely. Neil's deals? No, is everybody in the country has to join one of these 3 factions, basically.
Oh, Neil.
Yeah.
Come on. Crazy Neil.
Neil's deals.
I'm
That,
in the Neil's deal cult.
we are now a Neil's deals family.
Call my server the Neil's deal cult. Forget everyone.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss.
Gotta have more crazy Neil.
Powering up, getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My god, that weather looks nasty.
Should I do
How's
the...
it going with Steve? Why are all men such pricks?
That well, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his
Should I do the advanced
Sorry, are
one?
you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky?
They told me to.
I don't know why I talked to you.
It probably is really
Check your prostate, the joy of screws, or
Did your
Illuminati.
personality accidentally slip out?
Nom nom nom.
I think that was just the skincare one. When you want
Joy
screws or screws.
Good
or-
evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
Spokesman Wentworth Somerset Bentley said today, "They've had the shirts off our backs. They might as well have the rest of it too." And while it's easy to laugh, perhaps we should all just be pondering how desperate the formerly rich are to regain their power.
Fallen angel? Notorious addict Johnny Hansleeve seems to have reached a new low in his battle with booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Since being banned from the national squad earlier this year after
headbutt?
urinating on a referee during a friendly against East Grinchley, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Hansleeves.
Is his once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sports?
And radical ideas. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a surprising new project that already has the markets raising an eyebrow.
Known for taking risks and bold strategies, could the adventurous CEO be leading the business giant down a dark alley, or taking it to a new level of success?
The manufacturing giant promises that
Employ
the
babies.
Junior Employment Opportunity Scheme will not only increase employment but also productivity. But critics are speaking out against what they're calling child labour. The scheme is being marketed under the
Got
slogan,
convinced
lots
trying to
of
raid
little
me.
hands to make lots of little
I got no
things.
views.
With that exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay, I always forget about the wavelength shit.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy.
It's a
Tonight,
weird game.
he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been averted.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
No censor, Sleepy. No
I'm here
censor.
with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all. After what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes, that'll be the fur. It's scented with hoof.
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be for just $89.99. And then it's the General Air 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Look careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages.
I know it's under there, staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And then with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin. And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
It sounds very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite enough of you two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our stuff. We won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call normal again?
Yeah,
And now, oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
We'll get to there.
Do you think your parents will ever really love you again?
Right, that's it, enough. Come on, baby, come on.
Mr. Tadlock!
What is happening?
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of the indescribable tragedy that has shaken our nation.
I'm bleeding, am I not?
Thank you, Robin, Harry and stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I'd wager.
Am I being
How
rated?
will she
Did I
take
get
this crisis
rated? I'm
on her own?
confused.
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new Advance mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly
Can
News
we
mark, you
like
should see the
not
mark
cut
just on the base
commercial?
of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their
Commercial's
swift
fine.
response
What's
in
wrong with
bringing in a set of
commercials?
stringent checks and new products.
We'll show him the true
Certainly,
self.
it's good to know that
Show
someone's
him the
watching
true little fucker.
When we come back, our
Why
very
not
own
me?
Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports
I don't like
Board Finals.
him.
Stick around. You
What's
won't
his
want to
name,
miss
Jeremy?
We'll be back
Yeah.
after these messages.
Why don't you like Jeremy?
I don't like
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
She's very good.
There you go, got crazy Neil
Mr.
again.
Extravaganza! We're gonna give you crazy bed prices. You want just a mattress? We gotta ship them. They're water damaged, and we don't mean
Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity
Oh,
Raid
God.
Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo
The bot's
Happy,
gonna
Trinity
never
Raid
stop.
Peepo Happy. Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy.
Thanks for the raid.
Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy. Trinity Raid
my
Peepo
God.
Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy. Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid
Thanks
Peepo
for the
Happy,
follow,
Trinity Raid
Mikey.
Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy. Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy. Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy. Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity
my
Raid
God, it's
Peepo
never
Happy,
gonna
Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy. Trinity Raid
Oh my
Peepo
God.
Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo
One
Happy,
day.
Trinity Raid Peepo Happy. Check out Trinitaviolet last seen playing Trinitaviolet is currently offline https www.twitch TV Trinitaviolet. Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity Raid Peepo Happy, Trinity
Thanks for
Raid
the
Peepo
follow.
Happy.
join me live here for the final of the first annual Sports
The
Ball
TTS.
Championship. It's been a hotly
Oh
contested
no.
competition so far. I think it's fair to say
https
these two have been dancing around each other
www.twitch
all
TV
season.
Sleepy 96.
First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's
Our
the more
streamer
experienced
can
varsity player
T-Raid
today.
properly
Striker has got
Peepo
an
Happy.
accuracy
Our
of 7
streamer
against
can
Rated
T-Raid
K.
properly
That's
Peepo
well
Happy.
done.
Our streamer
Striker's
can
no
T-Raid
Might need to
properly
mute the
Peepo
bot, it's
Happy.
too
Our
much.
streamer can T-Raid properly Peepo Happy. Our streamer can T-Raid properly Peepo Happy.
It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the back now.
TTS.
The slapping ceremony of
No.
Falkirk.
You gotta go back to there.
Our streamer can T-Raid properly Peepo Happy. Our streamer can T-Raid properly Peepo Happy. Our streamer can
God, why is
T-Raid
it still
properly
talking?
Peepo Happy.
Kill
Our
the
streamer
bot.
can T-Raid properly Peepo Happy. Our streamer can T-Raid properly Peepo
I
Happy.
can't kill the bot. Kill the bot.
Eddie Striker.
No, go, oh God.
Your podcast.
Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let
Is
the
it
nerves
good?
go, not after
Is
last
it-
time.
Jesus.
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy
Freaking bot can't handle that
using
many
his arm to
people.
pick up the ball. bad shot there from Harris.
I think they're trying to throw a ball in a garbage can. I don't know what is happening.
This is abuse.
She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad, if you ask me. Is that
Oh, been censored.
To Harris. Bit of
Can't
business with the
censor
ref,
the
but it
butt.
got sorted out.
I'm having a good stream. Thank you very much for the raid, Trinity.
Football. Move back. I'd say that's fair, but what do I know?
Hey, did you finish Jakey's portrait?
Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round one. We can only hope that round two treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
I can't focus. It's too much happening.
And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
What is this sport?
Striker giving it large.
Second round.
Where can I play this
We're into
sport?
round two now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streaker on the pitch. I apologise if we broadcast
Oh,
any of that
streaker?
stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breast and
Booba.
arms. Trying to ignore that security. I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult. It's quite
I know what
nice,
the people really want.
Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round two now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the Heats. What a brilliant move.
My brain. Am I having a stroke?
And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about your home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, the boys said that. And after all, it is a game of two halves, 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
On my whistle.
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it.
No, look right at it.
He's running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite a dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Oh boy, cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you.
Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around.
There's still 5 more minutes of this. What is happening?
But what I wouldn't give to be that ball. Am I right, ladies? Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
What? Are you trying not to get it in the bucket? What is this fucking sport?
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps... And yes, Harris has capped it with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right.
Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact, a caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like, I'm into the net now. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean,
well,
there's sort of breasts and genitals for to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters, hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Okay, nonsense is going on here. Yes, we want our money. Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters, absolute wasters. Oh, jog on!
This is the mime round.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in there at this point. Really high-level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport. Hold. The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From Striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move.
I'm losing my mind, Jake.
What's going on today with Haps?
You still alive?
And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris!
What are you doing? Give me a suit.
And what a pathetic... There we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump! We'll just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is... everyone!
Okay, the ref has agreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their
what the fuck?
Respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What have to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to
oh God.
And all I have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
I don't know.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
My board got electrocuted.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
I trust nothing.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
What's coming up after these messages?
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Painful decline in your final years, of being trapped in your own body as it slowly wastes away, or losing your grip on reality. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Now you...
Bozeman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge. Some of your controls might be a bit, dangerous. Now, I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions. Bozeman out.
Your stay. You'll pass on painlessly, surrounded by those you love, in comfort and luxury. Isn't that what we all deserve at the end of a life well lived? Our expert legal team will help you make all those difficult arrangements, and our aftercare team will help your dependents through the grieving process, ensuring your final wishes are carried out efficiently
and compassionately, all absolutely free. Your health service. Your
Oh God, what the
Welcome back. I am Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Minister.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whinges.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
So, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yeah, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
there?
sorry, it's camera 4.
When I was 13, me mum came and got me from school. He was to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half-time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. You could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it.
So it's a suicide
people
boat?
who feel they've run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Just giving me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it fried my asshole.
Are you still on the air, Peter?
Yes. Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help here? Please.
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
The older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
So they just... I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned them and I thought the leak.
Should I keep going, Jakey, or play something else? What do you think? Jakey? Huh? Want the Lost in Random game? Oh. How do I change what I'm streaming?
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy.
Do you know how to change that in OBS? Jake?
Daddy, it's starting!
Hey?
The pencil thingy.
Pencil thingy? Oh yeah. There we go. Hopefully it works. It's going through the Origin store, which is never a good sign. There we go. And I got stream on Discord for you. go.
Long ago, in a land you might remember from your dreams, the power of randomness was celebrated by all. Those with dice would roll them to shape their destinies, and the bravest few would challenge each other in games of chance. Epic tournaments, in which their very lives would hang in the balance.
Little baby man.
Let's get that energy, Fortune!
But that was in the era of the dice wielders, and like all eras, it too would come to an end, fading into legend and mystery. Our story begins later, in Wanecroft, a small village populated entirely by people who have never once been dealt a fair hand.
Attention, Wanners! I am the Queen, and my dark dice will decide your fate. Random rules! See that, Bernard? You're a sixer.
Oh, wow! I'm gonna live in the Queen's Dream Palace for the rest of my...
Nuh-uh, you're a dirty 3, doomed to a life of fighting and misery. That's cheating.
Well, so is having an almighty dice, Snake Eye. Stop, you guys. Wrap this up. We should really get going.
It's just a game, sis.
Even I promised Mom and Dad to get you home.
The Queen! It's the Queen!
Hey, was that really necessary?
Come on, hurry up! Now we really have to run!
Odd, wait!
Stay behind me, sis. We've got to run home and hide. Now!
Love.
Shoot it with this! But do it, sis. Come on, let's get out of here.
Random rules!
Random rules!
That's Nanny Fortuna. Works for the Queen, kidnapping children for her.
Kidnapping?
And so the Queen decreed that any child who had reached the age of 12 would be given the grand honor of rolling her one true dice, which would reveal to them their place in the world of random.
Check out this secret portal.
Bring me all of the children.
It's an old crawl space. It works for us. Nice work, Bernie. Let's go.
For the Queen's wisdom is as wide as her power, which is infinite, which makes it very easy for all of you to do what she said, since she is and ever shall be correct. And though you may feel a twinge of emotion when you watch your children move to their knees, ensure that you are feeling the correct emotion, which is joy. Joy that the Queen's plan for us is so grand. Joy that her one true dice has deigned to fix the fate of your offspring. And joy, yes, joy that...
Even! Odd! Where have you been? We've been worried sick.
I'm sorry, Dad. I tried to.
There's no time. She'll be here any minute.
Quick, get down.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Even.
And I got a present for you.
It's so cute.
Make a wish.
And the Queen said, every child of 12 years shall throw this supreme dice, and so it was. For random is fair, random prevails, and random rules. Random rules! Be grateful, child, that the Queen herself is here for your special day.
You want sympathy?
Yeah.
Now roll the dice, and let's see what kind of person you truly are.
It had been settled.
At least, she'll be a sixer.
Even! Oh, no!
Stop it!
No, Even.
And so, Odd's destiny came to be living by the side of the Queen up in the Sixer's palace, where, it was said, all dreams came true. But Even's nightmare was just beginning.
Are they not twins? Would they have not both rolled dice?
Odd? Where are you? I'm coming for you, sis. Hold on, Odd. Odd! I'm gonna find you, okay? Tell me where you are, Odd. Help me find you. Odd!
More than a year had passed since her sister had been taken away from her, and in all that time, Even had never dreamed like that before. Even knew she was now awake, and knew this was the same house she'd lived in her entire life. But something seemed off. Something seemed different. Or was it simply that she had changed? A portrait of Uncle Jinx. It was said he'd sailed the 7 seas and then drowned in the 8th. A painting of Aunt Cordelia. She could play every single musical instrument in Wanecroft, which was impressive, but none of them well, which was markedly less impressive. An image of great-great-great-grandmother Waters. She was the woman who'd invented sliced bread, which made everyone very excited. Well, before then, they'd just taken great big bites out of loaves. An image of great-great-grandfather Peters. 200 years ago, he ate all his clothing to win a bet. Even supposed that was the reason this portrait stopped at the neckline. Even's mother had always painted, and she'd share with Even the stories she'd hidden in her paintings. Wonderful tales of daring heroines and dashing adventure. She told her never to share these stories with the outside world. These stories might upset the Queen, and she had eyes and ears everywhere. Odd shoes, little parts of her life, still dotted their house. It didn't make it a happy house, but that was fine by Even. She never wanted to forget her sister. Oh, it was still very late. Or was it very early? And Even didn't want to wake her parents. Even's father never told her stories. He preferred reality to fantasy. The physicality of hammers and nails to the ephemeral mists of dreams and fantasy. These paintings showed stories Even's mother told her were safe to share because they were true. Or so she said. Like the story of the card makers of Five Town, who'd suffered a horrible fate. Even's parents had locked the door securely, as they had every night since Odd was taken. The scariest painting Even's mother had ever made was of the Shadow Man, a mysterious figure who'd gobble up children who'd ventured too far from home. Even...
Oh, alright.
Even stared at the toy, feeling the ground tilt beneath her. That was the exact same stuffed animal she'd given Odd on the night she was taken. Even knew her parents would be heartbroken when they woke and found her missing. But she had to go. She had to know. Glowing figure seemed to keep its distance from Even. When she got closer, it moved further away. It was leading her somewhere.
Oof! Easy there, Even. What are you doing out so darn late? You're running like the old witch Uma put a curse on you. Oh, darling, you're thinking about your sister, aren't you? I feel you, child. I do. But she's been gone now a year. Ah, that spark in your eye tells me you're not fooling around. I remember being your age once, I do. And I know how important imagination can seem. All right, I'll get out of your way. But don't tell your parents you saw me. Deal? You're quite welcome, young Miss Even. And stay away from the outskirts.
Wait up, please! Wait up!
This was Onecroft, the world in which Even and her small family lived. Like all Oners, they hauled junk for the cargo ships that came and went in the night. All this labor was done for reasons that were never clearly understood. The Queen willed it, and no one would dare oppose her, and that was enough for everyone. Everyone, that is, except Even.
Come on, Ben, just hit it. It's right there.
He's trying, Lucky.
Aw, shucks. I'm all out of potatoes.
No breakfast tomorrow, and you couldn't hit the spot. Smooth going, Ben.
But it wasn't my... I mean, you're the one who... Aw, I guess you're right, Lucky.
Whoa.
Not bad, Even. I knew you could do it.
Lucky shot. I'm not impressed. I could do that too if I wanted. No problem.
That was amazing, Even.
Hey, shut up. What are you doing here anyway?
Yeah, Even. Are your parents letting you out after dark now?
Honestly, Even, I gotta say, I'm impressed. Never thought you had it in you to break a precious rule.
Don't be mean, Lucky.
I'm not mean. That was a compliment.
I think you're cool, even if you should listen to your parents more. My parents say listening to them is the coolest thing of all.
You guys are so touchy.
We're playing...
She was talking to me.
I think she was talking to all of us. Even, we're playing
Hit the Pot with the Potato. Or rather, I'm playing. These two bloobs are just losing at it.
I couldn't sleep. My 12th birthday is coming up.
Mine too. Gonna get to roll the dice when it comes. I'm gonna be a sixer. I know it. I'll be saying bye to all you bloobs and hi to the riches of Sixtopia.
I'm not a bloob. I'm a star. My mom says so.
I'm not a bloob either. What's a bloob?
You getting a load of these bloobs, Even? Listen, Even, it takes two to be a jerk. One to be the jerk, and the other to be an even bigger jerk by pointing it out. Well, that's just her bad luck. Not the sort of thing I've ever had to worry about.
Really? How come?
Because my name is Lucky, and...
He meant how come Even thinks it didn't work out, Lucky?
Yeah, right. Like a sixer would ever care about her oneer. Please.
It could happen. You don't know.
I think it sounds mysterious. I love mysteries. Have fun with your cool mystery, Even. See you later.
You seem like you're looking for something, kid. I thought I recognized you. You're Odd Sister, right? did the big roll a year ago, if I recall. She's in the Queen's care now, kiddo. There's nothing any of us can do. That it is, that it is. But I didn't get this far by chasing after ghosts, and I recommend you do the same, even. Go on home. Your parents will be worried.
There, you saw it, didn't you? There it was again.
Come on!
Well, whatever that spirit wanted, it seemed to involve bringing Even here. But why?
Random rules, Even. Random rules.
Big city life. Oh, it must be so glamorous to be so cosmopolitan. So two-sided.
That man Mercer.
You ever wonder what life's like in the other zones? Oh, it must be so wonderful there. Be recognized as the best of us. I hear everyone works so hard there. It's where the magical cards used to be made, you know. Before the war, it was a sight to behold. Now, though, after the Queen ruined it trying to find those awful rebels, it's so dreadful there. The glory of battle, yours for the taking. I could be a hero. Big city life. Oh, it must be so glamorous to be so cosmopolitan. So two-sided. I wasn't born here, you know. I was born in Forberg. Only I turned 12 and the Queen came and made me rule. Rolled myself a one. She told me I was born in the wrong town, and now I'm here. And I'll never get back there again. It doesn't have to be equal to be fair. It's what my mom always used to say. Before I... Well, it's, ancient history now. The Queen works in mysterious ways, and it's up to us to follow her rules. Random rules. I still remember how I felt rolling that dice, knowing what was about to happen. And when it landed on one, gosh. I don't think it's the sort of thing I'll ever forget. By the dice, I'm haunted enough already. I don't need more of them. See you around, kid.
That strange figure even knew that her fate was changing, that her future was suddenly filled with unknowns, and she also had the distinct feeling that she wouldn't be back home for quite some time. Stephen could barely make out what the ghostly figure was. It was beautiful, inscrutable, and there seemed to be a sorrow to her. There was no time to think. Even was either going home to her parents without answers and with even more questions than before, or she was getting on that boat. She felt a pull, beckoning towards something new.
Oh, those are some nice cards you have there, kiddo. You find them yourself? Well, heck, let me take a look. Maybe these old papers will notice something you haven't.
Do I trust him?
Yeah.
Well, look at these. Oh, these used to be everywhere, you know that? Folks did trade them on the regular. Used to have quite a collection myself. I got them straight from the factories in 5 Tropolis where they made them, you know. Mint in books. Of course, it was before the war.
I think this is also
A lot
Emerson.
changed that night. We're still dealing with the consequences.
Everywhere. Oh gosh.
Yeah, look around you, Missy. This ain't what things used to be. This ain't what things are supposed to be either. The Queen, she distorted it all. Turned us from good, honest folks into whatever this is now. The most don't remember it. Only me, it feels like sometime.
Adorable. Okay, drinking spotlight, dodging.
It's fine.
The stealth. Grab this. Nope. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
This ain't your home, kid. You don't belong here.
Right.
No. You don't get to come here. This is my reserve spot. You get your own. Now, go away. Oh my. Who are you barging in here demanding who I am? Oh, I'm even too. Even less interested in letting you in. Now leave. This is Herman's hidey hole. My little stowaway chamber. My realm of adlubescence that you're not invited in. It's my ticket out of this muddy town. Means something that's delightful. Like my room here. Wow. You really are just a kid, huh? Well, guess what? I myself was a kid once. Kid Herman. And now I'm adult Herman, and I'm getting out of here. Now go find your own spot. There are no... Oh, come on! There's gotta be other spots. Go find them. Oh, for the love of... Fine, fine, you little guilt tripper. I'll let you in. Oh, but before I do, we got ourselves some house rules. 1, be quiet. 2, don't touch anything. And 3, be quiet and don't touch anything.
Every character, I'm just gonna wonder if it's Mammers. Yeah.
True.
Well, the moment she'd let herself think about it, Even realized she was actually exhausted. Tonight alone, she'd seen a ghost run away from home and boarded a ship traveling somewhere deep into the unknown heart of Random. Would she ever return? It didn't matter. Odd was the only thing that mattered. With her sister's name on her lips, Even fell into a deep slumber.
I'm coming! Ethan! You found me! Stay right there! I'm coming! Ethan! I need you! Sis! I'm coming! Don't move! Ethan! Why aren't you coming to help? I'm trying, sis! Hold on! I'm trying!
Hello, Even.
You're home. It's where you belong.
Who's in trouble? Trouble is odd.
At least she'll be a sixer.
A wanna is a wanna.
Is a wanna. Is a wanna.
When you're right, you're right.
Even. Come stay with us. Do you want some tea?
Tea, please.
Everything's better with tea.
Tea fixes everything, Even.
Listen to your mother, Even.
It's a dangerous world out there.
Listen to your mother, Even.
Stay here. It's safe here. We'll never leave you again. Not ever. Not ever, Even.
The subtitles were different.
Mhm.
Subtitles said, "We'll never let you leave," instead of "We'll never leave you."
We'll always be here, Even.
You'll always be her, Even.
Her desires are odd.
It's the only way she'll learn.
Go. Even if you're lost.
The Queen will find you.
Please! Please! I want to go! I miss my sister! I miss my parents!
You're safe now. They can't hurt you anymore.
Hurt me? No, that's not right.
What,
they
you
never.
simping?
I don't think they.
They were denying you your future.
Mommy?
Robbing you of your true destiny. You're finally home.
Ooh. No. There's some timber and shit.
Oh, thanks for the follow.
no. This whole dang ship's falling apart. Today's a difficult day for you, Herman.
Wait! What am I supposed to do?
Take one of these bad boys!
Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Why is there 3 of us? What? There's a whole bunch? Okay.
It's fine. Well, Mary
Liz
Poppins.
even lost sight of Herman. She realized she'd also lost sight of her last connection to home.
Okay, still alive. I can work with that. As long as I don't land on water, I should be able to work with that.
Water bad?
My time to remember I don't know.
If it's in the middle
She
of nowhere,
hoped
yeah.
desperately that she'd land somewhere near Sixtown, but the wind and the fates had
Also, who
very
knows if she
different
can even
plans for
swim.
her indeed.
Whoa, where is this place?
She couldn't yet understand it, but Even had landed in the middle of something exceptional. These were the ruins of a time long past, and the magic she could almost sense in the air wasn't about to give up its secrets that easily.
I must be the first person to come here in decades. Leave me alone, you crazy machine! I'm not your enemy. I'm just me. Listen to me. I can't hurt you.
Baby. Save the baby.
Hey, are you okay? Are you, Okay. Well, thanks for saving me back there. You were really, well, heroic. Right. Okay. Talking to a dice. I better get going. You should too. This place is really dangerous. Oh, I mean, I guess you can tag along. The more the merrier, right? Okay, Even, keep it together. You're talking to a dice now, Even. And to yourself. Dicey! Nice! Not a trap. Hey! Those are mine! You don't just take things from people. Ugh, fine. You could hold on to them, I guess. Just don't digest them.
He's so cute.
You
I
love
love
him.
him.
Little
I
big
love
man.
him. Little big man.
Watch out, Dice! I think these machines are coming alive too. Yep.
Oh, he a backpack
They're
too.
attacking.
Oh, it was clear that these were no ordinary cards, and Dicey was no ordinary dice. Something extraordinary was awakening.
Whoa! Dicey! Maybe lead with that next time. Whoa! What in the... You can do that!
Even didn't understand what was happening to her and her new dice friend. But she didn't need to, for there was another, more obvious truth that she understood completely. She was truly and inarguably kicking robot butts.
Give 'em what for, Dicey! More cards? Oh, I wonder what these do. Listen, we're an incredible team, and as long as I'm going to be talking to you, I should probably know your name. Right. Well, how about if I just call you Dicey? Perfect. Well, let's see if we can find a way out of this place, Dicey.
to the entities that slumbered in this long-forgotten world, even had just become interesting. And that was seldom good. Even and Dicey were moving as one, and unstoppable. With each movement, the girl and her dice became more and more inseparable.
Whoa! What in the... You can do that! A headache too. Right. Well, we'll have to talk more later. But for now, let's just focus on surviving, yeah? It's like something out of Mum's drawings.
Uh-huh. Great conversation.
Ready, Dicey? I'm choosing to take that as a yes.
These colossi were indeed colossal. Things were looking grim. And while I know it's always disappointing when what you thought was a novel turns out to be a very short story, all I can do is apologize.
All right, Dicey. You're quite something.
I can ask it questions? Why? Uh-huh.
Leave him alone. He did nothing wrong.
I'm just wondering why I can ask him questions when I can't understand.
It's fine.
Even and Dicey finally had a moment to catch their breath, take a breather, and...
Dicey, wait!
Ah,
Dicey, what's happening
Just little nightmares. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I've always been here.
Snake-eyed freak! Dirty one, daughter! You don't belong here, Oner. Go back to your filth where you belong. Look at the dirty trash, Cyclops. My parents told me how Oners live. Like animals. Look at the dirty trash, Cyclops.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut... What is going on here?
The other kids, they said I was a filthy Oner.
She is. She's not a sixer like us.
Oh, the dice doesn't lie, children.
Yeah, but she was just lucky. She's a Oner. You can smell it on her.
Oh, you think you're smarter than the black dice?
I mean, no. I just...
Oh, so now you're saying she is a sixer after all. So you've lied to me. Either way.
I mean...
Lying should be punished, Odd. Don't you agree?
You don't have to. I was just...
Now, there's no room for pity. Either everything's fair or nothing is.
Think I'm gonna stop streaming. I gotta go to sleep.
Look, a Oner.
Off
to the garbage for you.
I'm not garbage.
We'll agree to disagree, love. What's this? A lunchbox? Ha! A living lunchbox! Monster! I'm gonna tell the mayor!
Well, we're here. Let's see where here is, Dicey.
You wanna start streaming? I can raid you? Since you're gonna be up all night? Nah. Okay, let me find someone on Twitch to raid. If any of the raiders are still lurking, thanks for lurking. Love you. If you give me follow, I love you forever. Let's do art stream. Wait. Oh, right. As soon as I go to raid someone, they stop streaming. They're hosting someone. Actually, should I do art or Little Nightmares? What do you think, Jakey?
Little Nightmares.
Okay. Let's go. Tell him Sleepy sent you. I got no raid message.